This is CNN. Just add creepy chucklehead. Allegedly, of course. Allegedly. Gotta keep saying that. So, the Department of Justice says CNN producer wrote 9-year-old while her mother watched. Now, if you thought Chris Cuomo was bad, well, he is. This guy right here, John Griffin, senior producer at CNN, well, probably not anymore, is accused of soliciting girls ages 9 to 16 for socks. Here's the other crazy thing here. Now, while that 9-year-old was being assaulted, her mom was watching. That's pretty freaking messed up. And for this, he was looking for virtual training sessions. Of what? God only knows. So, John Griffin, a senior producer at CNN, has been arrested, thankfully, and charged with using various social networking sites and apps to solicit girls as young as 9 for, yeah. The Department of Justice claims Griffin flew some of these children and their mothers to his home and assaulted them. Not the mothers, I don't think. So the senior producer, who has bragged on his LinkedIn about working shoulder to shoulder with ex-anchor Chris Cuomo, birds of a feather, right? Well, allegedly, right? Allegedly. Okay. Is now charged with 3 counts of criminal activities, including 9 to 16-year-old girls, following his former colleague's epic departure. On LinkedIn, Griffin wrote that he is lead anchor, senior producer, that he sees Cuomo through each show while producing live breaking news. Not anymore. He was arrested by the FBI in Albany and charged with 3 counts of utilizing commerce to entice a minor to engage in sexual activity, said FBI Special Agent Janine Digga, whatever, in a statement attributed to him and posted by the FBI Albany Twitter account. These charges stem from an alleged incident, of course alleged, that occurred in Ludlow, Vermont in 2020. Allegations are deeply disturbing, blah, blah, of course they are. According to the indictment from April to July of 2020, Griffin utilized messaging applications Kik and Google Hangouts to communicate with people purporting to be parents of minor daughters, conveying to them, among other ideas, that a woman is a woman regardless of her age. Now, I know all you guys out there in Lazland heard minor attracted people, MAP. You have big tech and you have other institutions, even probably in our government, who are advocating for this term to be used instead of a degenerate douchebag for this. I find that funny. It's only on the left side of the political spectrum that you see these people that are saying, no, you can't call them peds or pedos or the files. You have to call them minor attracted people. No. I call them degenerate fucks who don't deserve really any quarter or any sympathy, in my opinion. They just don't. I have no sympathy for them, and they deserve every encounter with law enforcement they can get. Hopefully sooner the better. On these communication platforms, Griffin sought to persuade parents to allow him to train their daughters to be, oh my god, sexually submissive. I find this funny. Not that the situation, but I find it funny that there's some parents out there who treat their children like this. And I think it's okay. It's shocking. It's shocking. It's not funny. It's freaking shocking to the core. This guy works at CNN. What? Nobody knew this guy was a creepy bastard? Pretty sure there was somebody out there that knew it. But sometimes these people get they're very clandestine and they're very careful at what they do. And at many times, they slip up. And luckily, this a-hole slipped up. In June of 2020, Griffin advised a mother of 9 and 13-year-old daughters that their mother's responsibility was to see that their older daughter was trained properly. Good God. Can't even say it. Ugh. Griffin later transferred over $3,000 to her mother for the plane tickets so the mother and the 9-year-old daughter could fly from Nevada to Boston's Lotus Airport, cross state lines. Let's see if the left goes after this guy. The mother and child flew to Boston in July of 2020, where Griffin picked them up in his Tesla and drove them to his Ludlow house. At the house, the daughter was directed to engage in, and did engage in, unlawful sexual activity. Federal prosecutors also alleged that Griffin attempted to solicit two other children and proposing hosting a virtual training session in which the children would engage in sexual behavior at their mother's behest for his satisfaction. Additionally, the federal government seeks the forfeiture of Griffin's Ludlow house and his Tesla and Mercedes and other property that was used in the commission of charged offenses. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that whole portion, because if you can do it with that, even though as heinous as this alleged crime is, you could do it for anything. Oh, you got a parking ticket. Well, you need to give up your car, even though that's not necessarily a high crime and misdemeanor. But you get my point, is where the cops can just go, wow, we got a law just passed, we can just start taking your shit because you got a parking ticket or you jaywalked. That's messed up. But what am I going to do? Since we take these charges against Mr. Griffin incredibly seriously, a CNN spokesman said on Friday, we'll only learn of his arrest this afternoon, suspending him pending investigation. And if he's found guilty, he's going to minimum 10 years in jail on each count and a maximum of life in prison. He deserves way more, way more punishment than life in prison. But I guess what I'm saying here is, Cuomo gets fired, and then this guy gets picked up not too far after that. I find it interesting is that the FBI waited till now to do it. Oh no, they're just building the case. Now, this seems like it was pretty cut and dry, but they let this guy, continue his activities. If you're the FBI and you got a case on this guy, or you got this guy dead to rights, your thought process is to what? Let him continue? Are you fucking insane? Of course the FBI is insane. And just like with every law enforcement, they only show up, after you've been assaulted, after your shit's been stolen. They write a report and they ignore it later on. The FBI, knowing full well that this guy's out there doing this crap, what, now they want to pick him up? Messed up. But do I equate him to Chris Cuomo? Well, he did work with him. Do I say that he was involved in it? Of course not. But you got to kind of think that when you first meet a person, sometimes you either get a good or a bad vibe off of them. There are many times in my life where I've met somebody and I just got this bad vibe. Just like, you get this thing in your mind. You're like, wait a minute, the hell's this? Who's this guy? Like, this guy just seems a little off. And maybe sometimes you're wrong, sometimes you're right. But look at this guy. Look at him. You really think, he was, giving back to the community? Well, he was trying to. But do you really think he's out there, I don't know. He looks like a creep. He's a creep, allegedly, of course. But he does look like a creep. And this is from CNN. Now, this could be, and I understand, this could be easily have happened at Fox News or MSNBC, ABC, NBC, CBS. Of course it could have. But it happened at CNN. And you know what else is at CNN? Don Lemon. And he still on, I don't know if it's a criminal trial or a civil trial, but he's been accused of a lot of naughty things as well. And Don Lemon and Chris Cuomo are friends. I'm pretty sure Don Lemon knew this guy, John Griffin. This goes to show you that there's a lot of sick motherfuckers out there. And this whole, everyone deserves, their fair shake at trial or in court. True. However, if this turns out to be this guy is completely 100% guilty, he deserves way worse than life in prison.